I don't know shit.
I don't know.
I don't know shit.
Call it. Go ask Preacher Man.
I don't know shit.
He says he knows.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Go ask Mr. Politician.
I don't know shit.
He says he knows. But me?
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Whole year, new Revelutionary. This one is on using capitalism against itself, all right? Or put another way, progress. I have a belief that the world is fragmenting because of over-industrialization, and we are reaching natural limits that us humans think we can just perpetually grow beyond. You know, you can't just have profits over profits over profits over profits over profits over every quarter forever. That nothing in nature works that way. And if all this profit is just going into a hedge fund that just sits there, or the wealthy that already have it, it just creates hoarding, and that's stale. And that's moving. Money needs to move in order to stay alive, just like life. And I am not a communist, and I'm not a capitalist, and I'm not a socialist. I am a armchair amateur economist and professional talker with a lot of ideas. So I'm trying to just insert some thought into it on various models we could do to evolve and avoid supply chain issues, poverty, housing, all this stuff, right? And internationally, there's there's a big debate between authoritarianism, saying democracies can't get stuff done fast enough in this hyper-changing world with climate change and resources. You got to force the people to do what's right, and no corruption. We're going to nationalize all assets and hold them with the state because we know billionaires won't be selfless. And so you got those models in like China and Russia and stuff, although they don't live up to it either. Read Animal Farm. And then you got the hyper-capitalist model going, no, innovation's the best, private enterprise, but these people at the top are not proactively and using their freedom to share it or to make it even just like sustainably working. I mean, sharing's not a bad idea. You learn that in kindergarten, but I'm not talking communism here. I'm just saying, like, you hoarded so much that things falling apart. So people can't even afford housing or food, and you're getting all this political violence and otherwise. I mean, you might want to change a little bit, okay? So how do you tie those two things together or find a new way? Well, I'm Coley. I'm a patriot. I'm American. I think we can innovate our way out of it. I'm an optimist. Let's create a new economic model I call communityism. And we can use the capitalist infrastructure to do it. We don't got to change a damn thing. Right now, private enterprise can adopt things in R&D faster, right? The U.S. government is slow. It's a banana republic. They're bought by oligarchs and billionaires, and there's the electoral collage and gerrymandering and all these, rigging the Supreme Court and all these things to block progress so that it can stay hyper-capitalist for the benefit of the wealthy. So it's harder to get progress through government, right? So let's go to private enterprise. But instead of being the same problem as the people who make billions and keep hoarding it, let's create a new private model called communityism, where your company, private company, this is not communism, this is communityism. It's a private company in the capitalist system, but its guidelines, its mission statement, its coda, its bylaws is designed like a constitution, similar to a government. It's designed to be for the people, by the people, and help all stakeholders, including the workers, the employees, the co-owners, the community, the environment, everybody in it. And various elements of communityism could be the following. And I bet you this is so successful and competitive, it will cure what Wall Street and corporate companies now have, which is moral hazard. They don't do the right thing. They tend to be greedy. They rig things. They don't tend to do the right thing because of a profit motive, or maybe fear, or to keep it going, or to get more yachts. Whatever the fucking reason is, it ain't working. So we're going to do moral advantage. Our company bylaws, our mission-based, purpose-based, communityist company is going to be driven by purpose and progress for all, as opposed to just a few ownership class. So in this company, you could have where 100% of the profits go towards a trust fund within the company that's to benefit either the workers, the community upon which it's based, even America. You could theoretically build a company that's so successful and widespread that it becomes almost like a pseudo government, and does a better job than government at taking care of people. I mean, you think about Amazon, Tesla, these are $1 trillion en route companies that Microsoft, all these, they could, Apple, but all that money, all that hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars in profits just goes to like the same fucking funds and old money and people who have always had it. And they're not really spreading it around very well. So it's inefficient, as they say in economics. It's an inefficient market or a broken market. So we would still be capitalists. We're starting our own company. We're not communists. We're not government communists forcing any of this on anybody. We're making our own choice, our own free choice to do the right thing and share it. So let's say we have Revel Media, the very first communityist, revolutionary, purpose-driven company. Could be an LLC, like it is. And I currently own it and control it. I'm inventing it, but in my passing, I would give it to America or to the people or whatever it is. You can form trusts that have these rules. And because I don't have kids or a family, like I'm all in for the art and for the cause. I do want to have a loved one. Soul Babe, if you're out there, please say hello, but in time. But for right now, I'm married to America. So here we go. So we got this entity, and so we sell media, entertainment, films, TV, podcasts, music, and eventually we'll do healthy consumer products like supplements and Rebel Health Centers with holistic health modalities like craniosacral, Zen, neurofeedback, vitamin drips, maybe even have a primary doctor. And we could have the alternative to the very toxic profit-driven health system where we keep people healthy before they get sick and cure them. And we could, so these are the various businesses, right? Entertainment content, which is big now with social media, et cetera. And then you got the health side, which is on the ground, giving people healthier products and things that have, PFAs, forever chemicals, shortcuts to get profits. So in the business model itself, that's better for the community. You're selling things that are healthy and cure people, and the entertainment is honest and not just horror movies and toxic shit. So that itself is good. Then you share the profits in each project, each movie, with the people you made it with, the cast and crew, like we did with Chivas. Look up the Gulfport Co-op. Everybody co-owns a share of equity and profits in the movie. And you can do that on every project, every asset with the company. So you're getting Social Security to the people who made it because they get profit checks in perpetuity. And then you expand into consumer products like media moguls often do, liquor and stuff historically. Well, we're going to sell the healthy stuff instead, stuff that doesn't hurt your liver but heals your liver, right? And when doing that, that's better for you in the community. And then, so that's on the product side and on the worker side because they co-own each of the ventures. Now, what do you do with the profits, right? So say all the profits come in. One, I would like to make it entirely or nearly non-profit. So to keep all costs down, instead of inflation and price gouging, all these companies taking the maximum spread, even though it's cheaper than ever to make shit and tech automates it, they're taking more and more because we're stuck on their tech feudalism. Instead, we'll just say, hey, non-profits. So then now you can undercut the prices of all other companies' products because you don't need to get that profit to make your investors happy. And then they'll bitch and go, this is not fair. That's communism. It's like, no, dude, it's capitalism. And I'm eating your fucking lunch. I'm just sharing it with other people. So you've been eating our lunch for years. We're starving. So I'm going to come eat your fucking lunch and share with the fucking people. And it's capitalism. It's a company that's doing it. It's not the government. I'm choosing to do it. I can do whatever I want with the profits. So if Elon Musk wants to hoard his and buy fucking yachts and shit, I get to fucking give it away if that's what I choose to do. And then hopefully this inspires other people to do it. And then we all do it. And then the whole system changes from innovation and private enterprise, not even communism. You don't even need the government. You don't even got to change anything in the government. If a bunch more companies are doing it this way, the whole thing will heal. And eventually they'll realize to compete, they got to do it too. Because we have the best advantage. We don't even need profits. It's not even like inventing a new product or inventing a new lane or thing. It's just inventing a new business model. That could be the innovation. That could be the purpose. And I don't mind sharing this because, like I said, I want everybody to do this. Steal this idea. Go do it. Go fucking do it with whatever your business is, right? And so now let's see how that works. Let's say we're super successful, right? And Revel becomes $1 billion company and we're making hundreds of millions. And we're, some of that's being kicked out as profit share royalties to the creators I made it with. With the health product space, it's going back into R&D to create new, healthier products for people, new content. Some of that profit has to be reused to make new stuff and to create new things. That's not just going into a bank account and sitting there. And then now you got this pile after it. And because you made it low profit or no profit, you're passing on that to consumers where the supplements are cheaper and everything's more accessible for everybody. So people are getting better access to better entertainment and better health modalities. Now, what do you do with this extra money that comes in, right? Because I don't have owners, I've got community investors at the project level, but, I don't have I don't have any VC money. I don't have any private equity money. I've got community investors. That's it. So I'm happy to give them a great return, but I don't have any, Wall Street guys on my back. I don't got to keep feeding the beast, and then churn the fucking meat grinder below. I don't have to do that. So what do you do with that? Well, you could create kind of like a sovereign wealth fund, the same way Norway has, or a lot of countries. And this has helped Saudi Arabia invest in American businesses and culture to use as a political device, like buying the golf league and stuff, or buying politicians like they do, right? So we could do it at the company level, but instead of even wasting our money on buying politicians and whores, what a terrible fucking expense, we will use it to heal Earth. And so what you could do is say this fund starts building up, billions of dollars. Now you could use it to buy land and put mini homes on and rent it for sustainable prices instead of $2,000 a month, $500 a month, or even free for the people who need it. Or maybe those people are live there for free, but they create other Revel products at the studio system. So their expenses are covered. They can live free and have the freedom and lack of fear of needing to get a job to go create and then make movies and be brilliant and funny. And so then it feeds itself. More better culture, more better movies, making more money that goes into more people being able to live off the grid, not stuck in the matrix. And all those assets, that land, the mini homes, would all be owned by this fund, Revel Fund. We'll call it the Revel Communityist Fund. Or we'll think of the name, right? Revel Communityist Fund. And Revel Community. It's Revel Community. And we're communityist. And we will Revel Communityist, something like this, right? And then we can white label this whole thing where we provide an app and the business model for other companies to follow. This is how you make your company communityist. And it has a couple bylaws and rules, flat management structures, getting everybody's opt-in, making things that are healthy and good for people, staying authentic and true, any excess reduce profits and reduce profit motive, but any extra monies that come in goes into the fund to either make more conscious entertainment or conscious products or to take care of people. And say this thing's really successful, either me or someone else following the model, like Tesla or any of these big companies, right? Apple, whatever. Say Revel's huge like that. Well, you could make a lot of money. I mean, you could build, billions and billions and eventually trillions in this fund, and it would have more money than like the countries currently. United States doesn't have a sovereign wealth fund. It doesn't have one. Instead, it's got a sovereign debt fund. We all are sharing $34 trillion in national debt, but we can't share the assets? No, that's communism. But we get to share the debt? Fuck that, dude. Either create a sovereign wealth fund that pays off all that debt and then spits out UBI to us and put nationalized assets that make sense in there, or we'll do it over here private. Fine. We don't need to buy you whores. And it's not communism. It's capitalism. It's communityism, right? We're just using the math and the legal structures of capitalism. Same way like public companies could just do a workers' secondary offering IPO and give 20% away to their workers to co-own the company. Well, we're not public, so we don't got to get any clearance to do that. We'll just do it. And with that, we'll buy assets. And as the assets grow, there's more income every year to cover social services for everybody who's a part of the Revel community. So that could be UBI, Universal Basic Income, every month. It could be housing. It could be land. It could be access to food and resources. You see, you can build your own kind of like better form of government without even having to fight through all the bureaucracy. And then this would cure it from the inside out. That's the American way, through innovation. And currently, the U.S. government funds R&D, not as much as they need to do a lot more, but then the capitalists keep the profits. So us taxpayers pay for new inventions at DARPA and the military and cyber and tech and natural energy and clean energy and natural resources and land leases for oil. And we do all this to fucking get all that shit, and then those motherfuckers take all the money, even though we just paid the R&D. I think all that intellectual property and resources and companies should stay in an American wealth fund owned by America, and they can license the IP out to the corporations to go out execute it, because we are not communists, we're capitalists. But at least give a kickback back to the fucking people who paid for the R&D. That's basic capitalism. Well, that's hard to get them to do the right thing, so we're going to do it privately. And so Revel, or whatever communityist company that follows this model, they'll have all the IP and stuff that they make so they can protect their wares and continue being successful at this, but they can license it out and let other people grow, like almost like the way planting and farming works, where you take something that grows and then you plant a new seed and that grows and it grows, and then we grow our earth back and we heal it using the communityist model. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I'm going to continue trying to do it. You should try to do it too. Love you guys.
I don't know shit. Right now 76, thinking. I don't know shit.